Hello everyone, Gaara here and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to commentate the games I played in the Prismata Cup, and I recorded the group stage games and I made it all the way up to the finals. There were many popular names in this tournament, people like Strifecrow, Gnimsh, Dog, many like the people from Tempo Storm, and like many pro gamers played in this game, Life Coach, Ignite, all many names. You can see I will link the the um, the brackets, and yeah, in the description, so you can see who participate in this tournament. And as I said, I managed to go to advance to the top 6, and this is my first match, my first best of 5 in the Swiss format. It was double elimination best of 5 Swiss format, and this is my first opponent, and I'm playing against Brad. He's a really good player. He's a popular player on NA, popular ladder player, and he's also participating in the WEC qualifiers. So he's a really good player. So my first opponent, and I banned Rogue against him, and he banned my Miracle Rogue. It was, everyone had 4 decks, and you could wait to 1 deck, and you had to play the other 3s to play out the best of 5. So I open with Hunter against him. He plays Zoo. I'm elegant against both Hunter decks. I kept the Explosive Trap to be strong against Zoo. I have the Deadly Shot against if he is like a handlock, so I can kill the first Drake or Giant. So he plays the Flame Imp here. It's not efficient to kill it with the Explosive Trap. You will get more value against Zoo, so I just ping. It's his turn to play. Most people play Egg here or the Small Spider. Yeah, he plays the Egg. It's not a big threat. The thing about the next Zoo, it's much stronger overall. You have more value with the Egg, for example, but it's much slower. There's much less early game pressure. For example, if that would be a Knife Juggler compared to the Egg, he has already 6 damage on the board, but right now he still has only the Flame Imp, so I'm not really pressured that much, so I just removed the Flame Imp. The way how I play mid-range Hunter against Zoo is that I stall the game till I can play my Buzzard and Leash, clear the board, get a huge amount of card advantage, be able to clear his board easy, and I just need 1 turn to play a big minion like a Hymen or something. This will most of the time secure me the win, or a Snapjaw with Houndmaster, for example, because they have no way to deal with big taunt minions. They have to run multiple small ones into it, which is really inefficient. And at the same time, I try to use my hero ability as often as possible, because he also will live tap to draw cards. So I'm basically rushing him down at the same time without using like kill commands or chargers. As you can see, he's already down to 23 life because of the hero power and flame imps. And so I basically have to survive. That's how I play. So he has already quite a strong board. He will be able to sacrifice the egg here and spawn a 4/4, but he can't attack with the 4/4 this turn, so there's still not that much pressure from him against me. My hand is nice because I always expect turn 5 for him to play a Doomguard, and when I can deal with a Doomguard, he will have a huge card disadvantage because he discards 2 cards with the Doomguard. That's why I like to have Hunter's Mark against Zoo. So this is a strong play. Yeah, he also gets max value out of the power overwhelming. So because of the power overwhelming, I'm put on a timetable here. I took a lot of damage and he has a really strong board. But I drew the Unleash here, which is really nice. Now I'm going over the options if I... Well, I will definitely Deadly Shot here, because it fits also well in the curve with... So I decided to not Deadly Shot here, but that was... Yeah, I decided to draw cards and force him to kill my buzzard, because the thing is, when you play against Sahara, you have to kill the buzzard. So I basically dealt with one of the big minions and I force him to clear my buzzard. So if he doesn't have a mortal coil, he has to kill it somehow. So he will trade with his 4/4 into my buzzard. So I also didn't take any damage. I dealt with the damage of his board, and I drew cards at the same time. So this is a better play than Deadly Shot. But Deadly Shot would be a fine play as well, because against Zoo you will always get value out of the Buzzard Unleash, because they will spam the board with multiple minions. So both plays would be fine here. But my goal is really to play the high main in turn 6, if it's possible. And I also didn't have any big minions in my hand. I had the boars and the Buzzard Unleashed, so I needed more cards. So the annoying thing is here, I want to play the high main, but he has 7 damage on the board, which is quite a lot. Like, if he plays a Doomguard, it's already 13 damage, and if he gets a lucky ping, I already died to a lot of stuff. And I know that his deck plays Leroy as well, and Power Whelmings. Those cards are not the cards I like to see. I wanted to see cards that deal with his board somehow. You always hate to discard Leroy. Leroy is Leroy is an important card in this matchup, because you want to have the final burst against him. So I was forced to deal with the board. Yeah, I knew from the way how he played, the way how he dealt with the buzzard, he attacked with his minion into my buzzard, that he has no mortal coil in his hand, so he had to top deck mortal coil to deal with my boar. So I might as well squeeze in one more damage from the boar, which will be 2 damage because it will survive. That's also good because of the new Zoo deck. They play Void Arrow, some play 1, some play 2. So if you clear always the board, he will not get the value out of the Void Arrow. So turn 7 is a nice Animal Companion Houndmaster play. Unfortunately, I got the Huffer, so I couldn't buff the Huffer. He would die regardless. But I got a nice trade against the Defender of Argus. That's a nice hand again. He had the second Argus, perfect in his fit in his curve. He got a nice juggle off as well on my boar. But I have this is the point, like, he didn't manage to rush me down. I'm already at 18 life, 17 life. It's pretty safe life pool, and now I will play the strong minions like Hyman. And he will play more small minions like 1 drops, 2 drops, 3 drops. So from this point on, he is in a disadvantage. But he has a taunt up and he has board. And now he will ignore my minions and try to burst me down fast enough. So he has basically... Now I established the big board. So he basically has only 1 more turn to kill me. He has 6 damage on the board. He has to top deck Doomguard or Leroy, or something like a Direwolf plus Soulfire, but the Soulfire is not enough to kill me. So this is what I'm thinking right now during the game. He needs Doomguard. Please don't draw a Doomguard. And I don't want to see a taunt. But he played already 2 Arguses, so I know he will not play another taunt. He's calculating how much damage I have if he would clear. The thing is, when he starts clearing, he's again behind. So if I don't have enough damage, I draw lethal here. But if I wouldn't, well, yeah. If I wouldn't have had lethal here, I would be 1 damage off. I would have cleared the board and I would be relatively safe. He would be behind the whole time. So that was the first game. I'm going like a little bit fast forward because we are reporting the results. So he chose his druid against my hunter. I liked his decision. I think his last remaining deck was warrior. And I think the chances to win with warrior are a little bit higher than with druid. Depends. It depends what kind of druid he has. If he has like the Wildgrove opener, I think that was the right decision to pick druid. This is the card I wanted to see from the animal companion, the Misha. Now he is at 3 mana, and you usually swipe a Misha. He could have reffed me and then attacked with his minion, but I have already the Buzzard Unleash. So right now I'm thinking how to get nice value out of my Buzzard Unleash. What I'm thinking right now is if I should kill the Harvest Golem and attack with my Misha, then my Misha is at 2 toughness and he can't trade with the spider. So he has to use the hero power and the spider to kill my Misha, which would be really good for me. Because then I have a clear board and he can't sacrifice his 1/1s. And 1/1s is what you wanna see as a hunter when you have the Buzzard Unleash in your hand. So I gave up 7 damage on his face. It's too early to try to rush him down. The thing is, when you have only very few mana, you can't play that aggressive. You have to play for board control, especially when you have card draw with the Buzzard Unleash. It's not like I'm playing a aggro hunter deck and I'm forced to go for face. So 2 toughness is really annoying. Even if he has the swipe in his hand, he doesn't want to swipe a Misha because I already got the value out of it with killing the Harvest Golem. So swiping Misha would be really bad. And besides this spider, he probably doesn't play other 2-drops except the Power Whelming. So this is exactly what I wanted him to do. It's very bad for his mana curve. And if he had like a Yeti or something, he didn't want to play it as well. So here he can play the Druid of the Claw, which would be perfect for me if he plays it in Taunt. Because I have the Hunter's Marks already, and I will draw 3 cards out of my Buzzard Unleash. And I will clear his board, and my Buzzard is left on the board. So in his turn 6, he has to use again 2 mana to clear my Buzzard with his hero power. He's thinking a lot about this turn. He probably has like an Auchenai, maybe a Keeper, Yeti, Claw. different minions that he can play. Maybe even smaller ones with Power of the Wild. Yeah, Innovate and Lore. But that is also fine. He's missing now the heal from one lore. The only two heal cards he has are the Ancients of Lore. So this also gives me information that I might as well push for damage. I also have the Leroy in my hand. So whenever I have Leroy in my hand, I automatically have the push for damage mindset. Drawing a bunch of cards. Freezing Trap, nice for keeping the tempo against big minions. Cleared the board. I'm left with the Buzzard. Very nice. I have another Buzzard, which is always good. So yeah, he has the fall drop plus hero power. But now he couldn't have played the Druid of the Claw, for example. And usually you wanna play Auchenai to... no, I mean Violet Teacher to combo it with some spells. This is the most important card to kill, so I decided to just kill command it to get rid of it immediately. I don't have another Hounds in my hand, so I don't want him to get tokens. That would be really annoying to deal with. The Spider is a beast that will be ignored most of the time, so it is guaranteed Houndmaster from my perspective. He might silence it, but even if he silences it, I can still buff it. So that's a really strong play. He played the Innovate Lore into Innovate Scenarios 2 turns later. But I have the right tools to deal with it. What I'm thinking right now is the most efficient way to clear this is with my bow and with the Houndmaster. But I'm a little bit scared that he has the Force of Nature. So right now I'm really hoping for him to attack with his Stenaris. Because his Stenaris would be unplayable. I'm basically killing his Stenaris with the Freezing Trap. It would go up to 11 mana and he won't be able to replay it. But it's very obvious that it is Freezing Trap. I could have done some mind games and played the Explosive Trap here. But it's really risky. If he attacks it, I would be really far behind. Because I still have to Hunter's Mark his Scenarios then afterwards. And I would lose my buffed Spider. And he didn't play the Druid of the Claw before. I kinda didn't allow him with the way how I played. But the right play from his perspective would be the Druid of the Claw, and he does it, so that was a really good play by him. To pop the Freezing Trap and protect the Stenaris. And he can kill off one Spider with the hero power. If he goes face, I know that he has swipe. So that was not smart by him. He gains one life, but he gave me the information that he has a guaranteed swipe in his hand. So I drew the kill command, so I'm right now calculating damage. If I can kill him, if I go for face the next turn. He played the Druid of the Claw in charge form, so I know he has only one taunt left. So I'm checking out if I get what kind of animal companion I get. So Iliok is already 3 damage, which is nice. So I have already 9 damage on the board. And I have also the Leroy. I know he has the swipe. I'm calculating if he can kill me with the Force of Nature combo. It would be 7 plus 14, would be 21. So he couldn't kill me with the Force of Nature combo. But I'm deciding to play it a little bit safe with just using the Hunter's Mark and still go for face to push for damage. I have the Buzzard for the kill commands, so even if he clears my board, I don't need it. The chance that he has another taunt is really low after playing Scenarios and one Druid of the Claw in the charge form, so his last taunt would be the second Druid of the Claw of his deck. And I have enough damage to push for lethal, so I'm decided to do so. And he has to deal with my board at the same time, so he has to swipe here as well. So he still doesn't have enough damage with Force of Nature because I have the Explosive Trap. So he basically has to attack with his Violet Teacher first to proc my Explosive Trap and then use the Force of Nature combo to attack. So right now I'm thinking if there's any way he can kill me. If I have to attack into the Violet Teacher basically. But if he has Power of the Wild, it would be a waste of 3 damage. And the Buzzard kill command Lyra combo is just 11 damage. So I need to squeeze in more damage, especially if he has the lore. So I have to squeeze in 5 damage this turn. If he has to proc the Explosive Trap, I might as well play the Lyra this turn. And he might play a Taunt next turn. So I can finish him with the... He can't play Taunt and Lore because he played already both Innovates. So he has no chance of winning. It doesn't matter what kind of cards he has. Yeah, because he used already both Innovates. So he can't use double Savage Roar or something like that. And his board will die. He could use maybe like double Power of the Wild. Yeah, okay, with double the Power of the Wild, Force of Nature, he would win. So I guess there's always a way. But that's very, very unlikely. So this is basically what he had the cards, but I figured that he can't kill me. So he was still quite some damage of lethal. So that was the second game. I'm going to jump right into the third game. It was a little bit too far. Okay, he's playing Warrior. He's my mulligan. I kept the bow plus both traps. The thing is, against Warrior, you don't expect I don't expect the game to be too quickly over because of the hero ability he has. So I try to get a lot of value out of my bow. And here I was really happy that he didn't coin out the Armorsmith. So I will get a lot of value out of my bow. A lot of stacks. I don't have a turn 4 play, so just playing the bow here is fine. But playing the tracking... The thing about tracking is you don't want to discard important cards. Like, if I have Buzzard and Highman in the same tracking, that would be really bad. The same with Hunter's Marks, Kill Commands. And against a warrior, I need to draw many cards, and I need many cards. Like, discarding the second Hunter's Mark would be most of the time really bad as well. So I'm trying to not use the tracking to discard important cards if possible. But if I have no play, just instead of just hero powering, I will sometimes just risk and play the tracking. Depends on the situation. Like if he doesn't has no minions, I will get a huge tempo swing with playing something like a Hyman. So, but to be able to play a Hyman, I need to have it in my hand. So I draw the buzzard here. That is very juicy. Just to play the buzzard and the boar, draw a card, kill his minion. I could also just play the animal companion, but I'm doing a miscalculation here. I have the hunter's mark. He has a minion with 1 HP on the board. This is like something you absolutely want. I have the buzzard unleashed combo next turn. So if he plays a second minion, I will get a really good buzzard unleash off. But he doesn't have a turn 4 play as well. So that was really bad for me now that he still has the minion with 3 attack damage on the board. And he didn't play a second minion. So buzzard unleash, to pick the unleash against a warrior is in general really bad. So, and I also draw the second unleash, which is also really bad. So right now I'm in a really bad spot, and he will be able to kill my buzzard with the hero power. So when I draw a high main, I will really regret to play the buzzard. So I'm deciding to push for damage, because I have also the double unleash. I will be forced into a situation where I have to let his minions live. That's a really good card. He doesn't armor up, he takes an additional 2 damage, and it's a perfect card for freezing trap to give me another 3 damage on my bow. That's a nice draw, fits perfect in the curve. I lost 2 damage, but it's worth it. Many times people invest a lot of resources to deal with the Snapjaw. Right now I was also thinking, please don't have the shield block hero power shield slam for 7 damage, 8 damage with spell power. And he had it, so I was like, oh damn it. And he didn't attack, which is fine. And I top deck my Highman, which is perfect. I still have the freezing trap to protect my Highman. And he just used the shield slam. And he can't attack with the Assure Drake because I still have my freezing trap. So this is a really strong board to have the freezing trap which protects the Highman. This is the reason also why I play freezing traps. It's very, very strong. So even if he had a Cairn, for example, or a Faceless. So here's the Taskmaster execute, and he could Whirlwind to clear my board, which I would not like. But now I'm going to outplay him. He healed himself up by 9, which is a lot, but this is just how it goes. I will still push for damage, because this is just how my hand is right now, the nature of my hand. And the way how I'm going to outplay him is, I'm going to ignore his Assure Drake, especially with the second kill command draw. But I can't be too greedy and play both kill commands. I have to play around Alexstrasza in 2 turns. So if I bring him down to 1 or 2 life and he Alexstrasza's, I lose the game because I used all my direct damage burst. So I have to bring him to like 13 life or 12 life, something like that, and burst him down in 1 turn. So I'm going to attack with both my minions, kill command him because I have beasts up, and use my hero power. There's no need to use my hounds or anything else here. And I didn't kill his Taskmaster just to get. He didn't attack with the Assure Drake for 3 turns. So I would not get any value out of my bow, and I really have to attack with my bow next turn because I want to kill him in 2 turns. So all the damage I take, even if he has Alexstrasza, doesn't matter. I can take another 10 damage because he still has to Alexstrasza me. And he has to Alexstrasza me next turn, but I will kill him in 2 turns. So he plays the Grommash here, which is really strong. So if he had Alexstrasza in his hand, he... Actually, if I would have really thought about it, he has only 13 damage on the board. There's no way he can... Like, even with Alexstrasza, I would be... If I would have really thought about it for a long time, I would realize that he can't kill me, even with Alexstrasza, because I would survive with 1 HP. There's no way with playing Alexstrasza that he can squeeze on 1 more damage if he doesn't play Inner Rage. And nobody plays Inner Rage. Especially if he has to Alexstrasza himself, then he just gives me another... But I played safe, as always. I kill off his Grommash, which is his finisher. Without Grommash, I even have like 3 or 4 turns to kill him. I play around Brawl here, which is really good. I'm surprised about this play I just did. It's really good. I even played around the Brawl. He used already 1 Execute. I was pretty sure he doesn't have Whirlwind in his hand. So he has no Enabler after playing Taskmaster as well for the Execute. He won't have enough armor. He played already Shield Block for the Shield Slam. He might even have the 2nd Shield Slam, but you need Shield Block as well. So I played around the Brawl so that my minion will survive here. So that was the only way he could deal with my Hymen, is play a YOLO Rag. But now that he used already the Grommash, I feel really safe. I let this Rag live. I'm like, yeah, nice, cool story, bro. Nice Rag. So what he can do here is play Alexstrasza and heal himself and kill off 1 of my hyenas. That would be like worst case scenario for me. But even if that would be worst case scenario, he would have 15 life. I have, with the hounds, I have 2, 4, 7, 12, 14 damage. So he would survive on 1 life. So here's the Faceless, here's the armor up, kills off my board, really strong, but not enough heal. So all in all, he played really well, and that was the first game in the group stages, and my next opponent is going to be Forsen, and I'm going to show this in another video.